Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is a scene for the change in venue. We have Valarius, and he is currently a little perplexed, a little worried. He hasn't seen his foster in some time, and he found what looks to be a broken mask, and he's concerned now. At first, he thought maybe it was just the excitement of the moment, and he just needed to blow off some steam. He just needed a little space to himself. But a few days have gone by and no one has seen Richard. So Valerius is a bit concerned now. So he goes to Cragny and looks for the soldier quarters and politely knocks on the door.
There's what sounds like the shuffling of blankets and a muffled, "Go away."
Richard, open the door, please.
Valarius?
Of course it's me.
There's a sigh, and what sounds like bed springs creaking a little bit, and the footfalls of bare feet
Mm,
that come closer. The door unlocks, and it opens. Richard is in jeans, um, bare feet,
hmm
no shirt.
Can I come in?
Yeah, sure.
And Valerius walks in, closes the door behind him. So
There's a huge mess everywhere.
he kind of shrugs. So
Richard, go and sit down on the bed.
Val's gonna take a seat next to him. So you and I need to talk.
Yeah, I guess so.
What's wrong?
Right now,
Yes, right now.
I want you, I want to show you something.
By all means.
Richard goes around the bed, goes under it, pulls out a shoebox, rather large shoebox. He opens it and he pulls out a small frame. He looks at it for a moment and he shows it to Valarius.
Hmm. Who's this?
It's a painting
Hmm.
of a knight standing in front of a dragon.
Hmm.
That was one of the last pictures my mother ever painted before she died.
Sorry to hear that.
My mother raised me on fairy tales and mythology as my bedtime stories.
It's starting to make sense now.
She told me one of, well, my favorite stories growing up were the ones with dragons.
Hmm.
And in each of the stories she told me, dragons were symbols of nobility, elegance, wealth, honor. And what I saw, what I witnessed, proved every single one of those stories to be a lie.
Now, let's wait just a minute. As Valarius kind of looks at him, and his eyes seem more sympathetic than scolding. I think there's a lot we don't understand yet. And I think that all of us acted in ways that we thought were right, even the dragon.
What's right about stealing women from shelters?
Remember when I told you that there's a difference between silly and unsilly?
Yeah,
Think of it this way. When someone is pushed up against a wall or feels as if they are at their last rope, you will see a side of people that is very desperate, very unbecoming. And I think that desperation exists in all of us. There are times when our natures will come out, our darkest and sometimes our things about ourselves we'll try to hide because we don't like it. But those parts of us that we don't like are still parts of us. And I think that the dragon itself was simply looking for a way out. I don't think that he meant to do harm. I think he let his body do the talking. I think we all do that from time to time. Even me.
Richard's gonna quietly wipe at his eyes. I didn't feel desperate.
You were angry
No,
or something. Why don't you explain to me what that was?
it wasn't anger. I was in rage.
That's a part of you.
That was fury. I've never experienced that before.
That's part of your.
I was
Go on.
That side of me frightens me.
Val's gonna kind of touch your chin and bring your eyes to his, almost as in a fatherly way. He's going to tell you that side of you that you don't like is part of you. You have to master that. You have to be in control of that. I know most will tell you that it's a Gwydian thing, or you have righteous anger, or it's just your unseeliness that we all possess, even seerly, just manifesting itself. Don't ever let someone, not even yourself, fall into that trap. That trap that you can't see out of. That trap that you you are nothing more than that. I think this was a learning experience for you. I think that if you did enough scolding of yourself for the past few days, and I don't think that me adding to that is going to be helpful.
How do you control it? How do you master something like that?
The same way you train your body to do what you tell it to do. The same way you take your thoughts and you make them obedient to you. Knowing what your triggers are.
My life used to be easy. I mean, I used to know myself pretty well.
You're learning yourself all over again. At least a different side of you.
I feel like I don't know anything. I feel like I'm a child who's woken up, grown.
You're not so much a child, you are a person that is starting to realize your potential for amazing things. Some of them good, some of them not so good. In time, you'll learn how to make those thoughts obedient.
I'm worried though. And his voice gets steadier. I'm worried because that anger. And I look at myself and he'll sort of he'll sort of wave his hands slowly down his torso and Valarius can see the scars,
Hmm.
that anger, and these. I don't remember getting them. It makes me think that my only potential is violence.
Is that what you think it is? Let me tell you something about fate, destiny, and the threads of the dawn. We all walk a path, and that path is often set by the decisions that we make. You choose your destiny by the decisions that you make. Your course can be set in one way if you continue on the path that you are on, but it is your choice to decide what path you ultimately take. Whether you are strong enough to go against predispositions, your little idiosyncrasies, the things that make you uniquely you. You're oftentimes so full of potential, but yet you are so critical of yourself that whatever mistakes you do make are often molehills that you turn into mountains.
I suppose.
This is a hell of a molehill. I'm not gonna lie to you. But you're learning. You're getting better. You're better than the day I saw you at my club. This very awkward, overzealous man that wanted so desperately to do everything at the same time. Now you're thinking. You walk with confidence. Your speech is different. Your attitude is different. Of course, you're not going to be the same person that you were then. You're changing. You're growing. You're going through experiences. So, in this time, you should embrace the things that you rather not. Take this time to learn yourself. There's something that's startling about you. Something that I noticed when we were dealing with the dragon. You are so quick to give yourself up, to give up on yourself, I would say. Almost as if you,
I just wanted something that would make it stop.
hmm, I have news for you. I think that most of the issues that you're dealing with are a combination of a lot of things.
I can't see people in pain like that.
Pain is one of those things that it's troubling. It's awful. Even though I'm a feeling it, I don't know fear. I've never known fear, but there are certain things I just don't abide by. Now, suffering is something that tempers the body and makes it better. Even when you work out, you break muscles and tendons to build newer and stronger ones. That's why your body rebels so hard against it because it hurts. But to see others in pain, you know that's a trigger for you. You can't abide by that. Now, how do you make those images obedient? How do you remain in control?
Honestly, I don't know.
I'm not going to give you the answers. I'm not trying to mold you into something that you're not. In time, that answer will reveal itself to you once you're willing to be honest with yourself. What makes Richard Richard? There'll be times where you'll be presented with things that will make your blood boil. People will say things to you and goad you on, but you have to not only make not only survive those circumstances but thrive in them. And the only way to do that is through trial and error and very strict, very candid conversations with yourself. Because at the end of the day, you're not fooling anyone if you're just going through emotions. You'll make it. We all go through this.
You've experienced something like this?
Um, Not quite like this. Similar. It's more or less there's an emptiness in me sometimes. A need to be with other people. A need to live in access. And for a long time I thought that it was a part of me. That's who I was. And that nothing was going to change that. That if I just simply lived by the rules and just allowed myself to live in access and hedonism, that nothing would catch up to me. It caught up to me one day and I almost lost everything. Now I know that I have a hedonistic thing about me, but I don't indulge it in everything that I see, even though that's what my body wants. I have someone that I love, and she is enough for me. Not saying that she was the only deciding factor in that, but so many of my family members are just slaves to their idea of bliss and are often blinded to the things that are happening around them. I think that as Fiona grows older, you come to terms with what bliss is and how to stay in control. It's one of those things that differs from Fiona to Fiona. It was a hard lesson. It was a painful lesson. I still remember it, but I got through it. I'm going through it. It's better. Still hurts, but it gets better each day. I
Richard's
don't allow myself to hold myself hostage. And even though I demand a lot from myself, I still remember that I am who I am, flaws and imperfections.
Richard's gonna walk around the bed and he's gonna sit next to Valarius again. I I don't even know where to begin. I
One
mean,
step at a time.
I don't even know how I was able to stand up when everybody else, you caused everybody else to stay down.
You have you're a she, as he looks very sternly at you. That is something that's within you. You have a greatness in you that you can either harness and temper and turn it into something truly magnificent. You can run from it and not embrace it, or you can let it control you and rob you of your senses. So what you decide to turn that potential into is entirely up to you. What you saw when we fought the dragon was what would happen if you let your potential go unchecked. Put limits on yourself. Things you will do and things you will not do. It's often a very hard thing that she have to learn, some that learn it. Humility, being able to realize that mistakes happen, but to learn from those mistakes and be better. Our very natures tell us that we are incapable of making mistakes. but we still make mistakes. We still can look foolish.
What I did was foolish.
What you did, you thought was right. Foolish, probably.
At the time,
Without warrant? No, I don't think so. I think that if I was in your shoes, I would have done the same thing. Also, this deserves to be said. You mean a lot to me. When I stood in front of Duchess Megan and I told her that I was going to foster you, that I was going to teach you, I meant those words. You will be better than me. But if I ever hear you give up on yourself like that, don't let me down.
I won't.
Don't ever let me see weakness like that again. Do not let others manipulate you in such a way. Play with your emotions. Learn how to not only feel your emotions, but be in control of them. The dragon played you like a fiddle.
He did.
Yes. It
Uh,
presented you with an option and you ran for it.
I was agreeing with you. I've had some time to think.
But you know what? You got through it.
Richard's gonna look at the bottles of rum and empty cartons of cigarettes and his desk, which is strewn with papers. Yeah, I guess so.
As he kind of looks at your room, you need to clean this up. You're a knight. This is disgraceful.
Oh boy.
What am I going to do with you?
I don't know. I do know.
What's up?
Something bothers me.
Oh,
And he's gonna flop down on the mattress because he has a huge headache. Why was House Halil there?
yes. I can speculate.
I read the report from the from the Parliament of Dreams,
I
where, where they claimed that they had no idea where their dreamers were. And yet they were so close to the Barclay Center. so close to the dragon, and they were telling us to be quiet. It bothers me.
I believe that I think you know why.
Yes, but I don't know who's listening.
Me either. As he looks at you very sternly. Watch your emotions. Everyone has heard about the dragon. They will try to prey on you to try to get a reaction. Don't give them that chance.
I won't.
Good.
Richard will
Don't
say,
have to like it. It doesn't have to make you happy.
no, no. I'm starting to realize. I
Your presence is requested at open court on Saturday, as well as mine.
oh boy, who's holding it?
Well, I don't know. Could be it could be anyone at this moment. But we have to show up. You will carry yourself with honor, decorum, and respect. But you already know this.
Hmm?
I said, but you already know this.
I have to do what I have to do.
Ain't it the truth? You're coming along.
I'm what? I'm sorry. I didn't hear that out of character.
You're coming along.
It seems to me like every time I take a step forward, something happens that pushes me 2 steps back.
Growing pains. You're becoming a real boy.
I ain't got no strings to hold me down.
Drink some water.
I need a shower.
Yeah, you smell pretty rank.
All right.
Open some windows in this place, my gosh.
I want to apologize to you. What
You
I
look at you.
what I said to you.
Mm.
It was unbecoming of a student. It was unbecoming of a friend. And I'm sorry.
Yeah, it happens. Can't really be too angry at you. You're still learning.
Yeah, but
Not to take away from the mistake, but
that was a pretty big mistake.
I think you have beat up on yourself enough, so I do not have to.
Well, I owe your soldiers 3 days of missed practice. I think they'll beat up on me enough.
Yeah, you have hell regimen.
Oh, crap.
Yep, yep. You might want to get a good sleep tonight, because the next few days are going to suck.
Yeah, they are. Thank you.
No worries.
You didn't have to come here personally.
I wanted to see how long it would take you and how long you would allow yourself to wallow. You wallowed enough. Time to come and get you.
Well, thank you. I will. Be ready by Saturday.
Good.
I've never been to open court before. So, maybe before then, you could tell me what to expect.
No problem.
Thank you.
So you know and you're aware, I will be here at Progeny from 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. every day.
What was that? I'm sorry.
From, I will be at Progeny at the Palace from 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. After 8 p.m., you can find me at Eve's, since I live there now.
Really?
Really.
Huh. Okay. How is Eve?
She's good. Worried about you, but she's good.
And when do I get to meet this new foster of yours?
Ooh, I just left him a few hours ago. Probably the next time, most likely before open court, because he has to present himself.
I see. Fair enough.
Hmm.
By the way,
Valarius will look at you, give you a big bear hug, kind of hold you for a bit.
Richard will sort of stiffen at first, and then return the hug.
It's gonna hit you in the head. You stink. Take a shower. I'm going home.
Okay.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where we leave our scene.
Yep.
If you stayed this long, thank you for watching. Good night, good morning, wherever you may be. This has been a scene for the Changeling family.